What is up, YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. Today we have, oh man, this team. One I've never played with actually, but it was something I feared and it seemed pretty cool. We got Groudon Cherrim, that's right, we're bringing Cherrim with Yveltal, Tapu Koko, Sakataka, and Incineroar. Should be very, very fun time. If you don't know what Cherrim does, Cherrim's ability is Flower Gift, so it does change form when the sunlight is out. It's not really a change form, it's just like its looks different, but stats don't really change. Its ability still stays the same. But when sun is out, Flower Gift activates, which means itself and its ally will receive a 1.5 boost in their physical attack and their special defense stats. So that's actually pretty nifty, and with Groudon should be pretty fun. Yeah, I think I don't know what much else to say about this team. It's a Cherrim. But if you do want to see a QR code of this team, be sure to hit that like button. We are going to be doing the like goal for this one as well as normal. 175 likes for all the videos we use Cherrim, and we will, well, within 2 weeks, if the like goal is reached within 2 weeks, all the videos with Cherrim have reached 175 likes. I will make a QR code rental code for the global link, and you can try out this team as well. But of course, the pay spin will always be in the description as well. So if you do want to try out this team, go check it out. But let's get started and play some games with this team. We got some fun stuff, and I've never played with this team before, but you know what? It's a Cherrim, right? It's a Cherrim. I've got to play this. Like, it just seems like so much fun. We have a Cherrim. That's all I gotta say. I really want to use Cherrim. I'm hoping we get to bring Cherrim in a few games because Flower Gift is a big part of this team. We got Den here for our first opponent with the team of Incineroar, Celesteela. This is the matchup I didn't want to face immediately. Kyogre, Xerneas, Amoonguss, and Raichu. So Xerneas, Kyogre is always probably the biggest annoyance, I feel like, whenever I'm dealing with teams like this. I just don't like facing it. I think I could lead Groudon here. I think Groudon plus Sakataka might be pretty good as a lead right off the bat. I just don't see a way my opponent really punches. Oh, am I not bringing the Cherrim? I really want to bring the Cherrim. I want to bring the Cherrim. It's just looking really hard to. I'm not going to bring Koko in this matchup. Raichu's going to be a little bit annoying. I think the Pokemon I do want to lead off with is Sakataka. I think Sakataka is pretty good as a lead here. Maybe Sakataka plus Groudon immediately, because I don't think you would lead Kyogre. I just don't think you would lead Kyogre, and even if you lead Kyogre, I would get the Sun up most likely, since I am kind of slow. I do want to bring the Cherrim. It's a Cherrim, and I think I want to either go Incineroar or Yveltal. Yveltal's damage is really good, but Incineroar's Intimidate's pretty decent. I kind of like Incineroar because I can U-turn out fast, so we're not bringing Yveltal. I do have to watch out for Celesteela. Celesteela could be a little bit of annoying, but since it probably isn't Seed variant, actually no, my opponent didn't have a Tapu if I remember right. There was no Lele, there was no Koko because there's a Raichu. Yeah, there was no Tapu, so I don't have to worry about Seed variants. I don't have to worry about acrobatics hitting my Cherrim right away. So let's see what my opponent's gonna bring out, because I will lead my Sakataka plus Groudon here against my opponent's Raichu and Incineroar. Groudon is such a good lead here. And I can just double out too. Yeah, I can just go for the Trick Room, I think, and go for the switch out into my own Incineroar. That way I fake out pressure and get the Intimidate off into my opponent's Incineroar, as well as I can get my Groudon back in later. I don't have to Trick Room right away. I could just go for the Rock Slide, get some damage off as well. But I feel like since it will probably be a fast Kyogre, I think Trick Room is just a fine play here and just going out into Incineroar. I'm probably going to get faked out with one of my opponent's Pokemon, and we're going to see the switch out into Kyogre for the other anyway. So it might be a Volt Switch or U-turn. Either way is fine. We'll go out into our Incineroar here. Double out. This is going to be a bit of a weather war, but if I can ever hit, like, let's say the Kyogre with a Grass Knot, that's pretty big. That'd be pretty big. Let's see. We're going to see the Fake Out come out and probably a Volt Switch, I'm guessing. Oh, into the Groudon slot. Okay. And a Nuzzle. Okay. That powers up my Jar Ball even more. I do get paralyzed, which is a little bit annoying. Let's see. We do get Trick Him Up successfully, which is good, though. Alright, Trick 'em Up is not bad. I can go for a U-turn. I could go for a knockoff. I would assume this is like a Salt Vest Raichu. Rock Slide's going to do a good amount here to my opponent's Pokemon. And I could go for Fake Out. I'm really wanting to go for U-turn. I'm not sure if you want Raichu to go down immediately, because I could Flare Blitz that slot. Even if you would get a free switch in, I'm not sure if that free switch in is worth it to you. So yeah, I'll go for the U-turn here into the Raichu, as well as a Rock Slide just for damage, because it's going to do some good damage, I think. Stays in with both, okay. So I do get a Rock Slide off into my opponent, which does some pretty decent damage overall. We will be able to get a U-turn off into my opponent's Raichu. And what do I want to bring out? Groudon isn't too bad of a Pokemon to bring out here. It negates a Volt Switch or U-turn and my opponent does it. Like, the only thing I'm really worried about is if you go for a attack into that slot. Let's say if you go for the Volt Switch here and I bring out my Groudon now, but you Volt Switch this turn or U-turn here, I feel like that'd be pretty bad for me because of the fact that I wouldn't have exactly a good switch in. So I think I'll bring out my Cherrim here. And we're going to see the Cherrim activate. I don't think you're Flare Blitzing my Incineroar either, which is the main reason I want to make this play. So we'll bring out the Cherrim here, which will also increase my attack stat with my special defense stat on my Stack Attack as well. So Rock Slide might be able to knock out. We are going to see a knockoff coming out of Stacka, so that's fine as well. Going to get rid of my safety goggles as Nuzzle going to come out into the Cherrim. So I could have got Groudon out pretty safely. That's alright here. A Rock Slide, if I don't get paralyzed, will knock out Incineroar because of my boost, and I don't see a reason not to try to attempt for a Helping Hand Rock Slide. The problem is, I could get blown back here if I do get paralyzed. Actually, the play might be just to go out on Incineroar again, because I don't want to risk getting paralyzed. Yeah, if I get paralyzed with Stack Attack, it's really bad here, so I'll go out on Incineroar. I also get U-turn momentum and Fake Out pressure once again, and my opponent might be stalling on my Trick 'em turns, but really only has paralyzed my Pokemon. Not really anything else has been very significant, so I feel pretty okay about this. So yeah, I could have got a Groudon in though and just started clicking Precipice Blades, which would have been great, but yeah, that might have been better. But I'm really afraid of my opponent just ever Volt Switching or U-turning out into that Kyogre, which I feel like would give me so many problems. So we will just go out into my Incineroar this time. Get another Intimidate. Also, this Incineroar is at -2. Stack Attacka we'll find out if it gets to move. We're going to see the switch out now into the Kyogre, which is okay for me. That's okay for me. I don't know if my opponent's going to double the following turn, which is definitely a possibility, but Kyogre's out. Incineroar actually reveals Protect. Okay. A bit of damage on the Kyogre would be nice because every bit of chip, of course, negates the Water Spout, and we do actually get an attack off, which is pretty good. Okay. So we will get a Rock Slide off, which is going to do not bad damage to that Kyogre, if I do say so myself. So we've seen Protect, Fake Out from this Incineroar. You would assume it has no U-turn at this point, unless it's not carrying Knockoff. I could probably just go out in my Groudon right here for a Stack Attack and Fake Out the Kyogre, because even if you switch out, I think that's okay for me. Because even if I'm wasting my Trick 'em turns, like, my opponent's team is pretty weakened at this point, and I feel like I could just set up Trick 'em again, because there's nothing really stopping me. We'll bring out Groudon here. Kyogre, I think, is either doubling or going on the offense here. We'll see what my opponent decides to do. We're going to see the Incineroar switch out this time. Okay. Into the Raichu. Okay. Oh, if it's Nuzzle Raichu. Well, we don't know what kind of... We don't know what it is. We're going to see the Xerneas come out, which is okay here. We will go for the Fake Out into the Xerneas. I do have a Roar option, which I'm thinking of going for the Roar into Xerneas and just switching out into my Stack Attacka. Yeah, I'll go for that play. You could Encore my Incineroar, which I guess could be annoying, but then Stack Attacka gets in for free. And I don't think you want Groudon to go for a Precipice Blades, because a Precipice Blades would do a lot of damage to your Xerneas. So we'll retreat my Groudon out into Stack Attacka. And we'll see what my opponent decides to do. We're going to see the Raichu withdraw. Probably Kyogre coming out. Yeah, that's fine. I could have U-turned out into Groudon. Would have been okay, but the problem is Moonblast and a Water Spout would still do a lot of damage regardless, so I don't want that happening. If my opponent's smart, maybe a Moonblast coming out from the Xerneas, but it's just going to be that Geomancy. So I burned a Geomancy, which is pretty good. So, not a bad spot. I also have Pasha Berry on this Incineroar, so I will be able to survive an attack from this Kyogre. So I do burn the Geomancy. We're playing very slowly here, yet I feel like I've wasted a lot of my opponent's resources here. Like, the Raichu's pretty weakened. The Incineroar, you know, isn't going to be doing that much other than intimidating. Kyogre's been weakened a little bit. So I feel like I'm slowly winning this game. Incineroar has been weakened actually quite a bit. Incineroar going to be brought out, bring out that Intimidate, which is fine. I don't see a problem with double switching here. Cherrim returns to normal, which is fine too. I'll just double out here because Groudon into Cherrim, because unless he Flare-lifts the Incineroar slot, I feel pretty good, because this calc was something that I did do for my team. Like, basically what I did was Groudon with Water Spout. Water Spout and Sun is like a 3-hit KO. And I think Origin Pulse is either a roll or is a guaranteed 3-hit KO. I'm not sure, but we're going to see the switch out from the Kyogre, which is fine. Xerneas is going to come back out. Again, I don't really mind that too much. So Xerneas is going to be brought out. And I mean, Groudon is going to have a lot of fun against my opponent's team once I do get this Precipice Blades off. And again, we do have the Flower Gift, so that's pretty nice and handy. Let's see what my opponent's going to do. We will bring out the Groudon right here. I think I could also just switch out Incineroar for Cherrim the following turn, because I'll have Fake Out Pressure and I have U-turn momentum. So let's see what my opponent's going to do here. This Cherrim gets to transform so many times in this battle. It's just a Fake Out. Ooh, that's even better for me. Into Groudon? Not going to do anything. And now look at Precipice Blades against my opponent's team. Like, I could Helping Hand Precipice Blades and pick up a bunch. I could knock out the Xerneas right here. Helping Hand Precipice Blades should be able to knock out Xerneas, especially with that bit of chip. But you could just protect Xerneas and go out and sack one of your Pokemon here, like go out into Kyogre afterward, and then I'm in a bit of a weird situation. So I think I'm just going to go Incineroar here and go for Precipice Blades. Yes, I could go for the huge knockoff if I want to, but if my opponent's smart, you should be, well, goes hard into Kyogre. I'm not sure. You're taking Precipice Blades here. Yeah, you're taking Precipice Blades here, which is not ideal here. Although Moonblast is still going to do a lot. This Flower Gift. Poor Cherrim, not blossomed. But Cherrim will switch out into Incineroar, and we get to go for Precipice Blades, and then we probably just get to go for Fake Out and Precipice Blades afterward, because I don't see what's stopping me from doing that. Let's see what my opponent's going to do. Just a Moonblast, probably in the Groudon slot. Yeah, I wish I had Sunny Day, because Sunny Day would be really clutch here. Oh, it crits me. Well, that activates my berry, so it's not the worst case, I guess. Because now I can just go for Fate. That actually might help me. That crit might actually help me, because I now am able to live another Moonblast. Okay, that's not good. That chip was important. Oh, wow, that took the Precipice Blades really well. That is bulky. We'll go into Stack Attacker here. And Fake Out the Kyogre. Yeah, that works. Because I'll attempt to get Trick 'em up now. Even if we double out, that's fine too. I might be playing a slow game, but I feel like this slow, steady game is the way to win this game. Because once I get Trick Room back up, I don't see how my opponent stops me. A little bit unfortunate that I did miss that Precipice Blades though. Stack Attacker will come out, because I think Precipice Blades, if it's a Feral Kyogre, I just put in like Rock Slide range. Like, there were a lot of stuff I could have done there. I Fake Out the Incineroar because I don't let Stack Attacker take an attack there. This Moonblast's going to come out probably into the Groudon slot. Yep. Man, that still actually does a lot of damage. I probably just attempted Trick Room and U-turn here. I don't know if you Fake Out Incineroar here. I don't think you should. You should double up the Stack Attacker, but I might as well just try to get momentum here. I might as well just try to get momentum. Maybe next turn I can go out of... Because if my Stack Attacker goes down, I'm not sure... I don't know, that's going to be really close. Moonblast into a Flare Blitz and Rain. Moonblast did do a decent chunk, though. Stack Attacker does have really high defense, though. I'm really curious. I think it's going to come down to how much attack this Incineroar has, but it just goes for the Fake Out. Into my Incineroar, okay. So if I don't get paralyzed here, I'm in a really good spot. We're going to see the Moonblast come out of Stack Attacker. Do we? Nice. Alright, Trick Room goes up. And I get to have some fun with some rock slides. I could also gyro ball here. But I'd rather rock slide. I'd rather rock slide and U-turn the Incineroar for damage. I could also flinch the Xerneas, which also gives me, like, you know, another opportunity for Stack Attacker to stay on the field. But I'll just rock slide here because I do want to try to get rid of Incineroar if I can. As rock slide, Stack Attack hasn't been paralyzed, so Stack Attack is doing some work. Do get rid of the Incineroar. I don't think Flare Blitz would have been able to knock out the Xerneas, so I'm okay with that. Do knock that Pokemon out. Beast Boost gonna activate, so I will get a defense boost. Actually, if I Gyro Ball to Xerneas, I would have probably guaranteed lived the Flare Blitz and Rain. Unless I'm crazy and Flare Blitz does a lot more than I think it does, but I feel like I might have lived with the Beast Boost. I will go on a Cherrim right here. Because one, we have Grass Knot for the Kyogre, we have Grass Knot, which probably knocks out the Xerneas, and if we knock out the Stack Attacker this turn, get a free switch into Groudon. As Dazzling Gleam gonna come out, which is fine too. That does a lot of damage to Cherrim. Poor Cherrim. Okay, we'll go on Incineroar here because I don't want to lose the Weather War. I do have Heal Pulse on my Cherrim, so I don't feel too bad about my spot, and I do have Grass Knot as well. I could probably just fake out the Kyogre and Grass Knot. Do I double up the Kyogre though is the question? No, I think I always go for the Xerneas. But the problem is, do I get paralyzed here? It might be safer just to go on a Groudon and click Grass Knot. Like I U-turn out the Kyogre and Grass Knot the Xerneas. Which I do think is safer. Yeah, I think that's safer actually. If I can KO the Xerneas slot, I mean, I'm just able to get a lot of momentum right here because if I KO the Xerneas, I win the Weather War guaranteed. And then, yeah. So, Grass Knot gonna come out in the Xerneas. That should knock out. Yeah, it does. Perfect. So I am able to knock out the Xerneas, which is pretty good. I could have just faked out and went for the Grass Knot, I suppose. But I want the Flower Gift so I could have lived an attack from the Xerneas in case. And probably proc Berry with Cherrim. So we'll go out on the Groudon right here with the Flower Gift plus all the special defense in the Sun that I'm bringing. I'm not sure. I don't think Kyogre can knock me out. We'll see what it decides to lock itself into if it is like a Scarf variant. We're going to see the Flower Gift activate the Happy Cherrim. Finally, we're going to get to use Flower Gift. Origin Pulse is going to come out. Let's see how much this does. We have the boost from Flower Gift. You saw that, right? You saw that too, right? That did nothing. Oh man, Cherrim putting in some work. Okay, here comes the Raichu. We click Precipice Blades. We click Grass Knot. I only need to hit one Blades anyway, realistically. And Cherrim still has a Berry, and it will probably be activated in this game anyway. So I feel pretty good about my spot. This Cherrim putting in some work. All right, this has been a really long game though. Like our first game, super long. But I don't mind. We finally got ourselves in the position with Cherrim. And this is the kind of game I think, because this team does have a tough matchup against like Kyogre plus the, what's it called? Xerneas. Origin Pulse. Unfortunately, Cherrim got paralyzed, but that's like the first paralysis in this game, so I can't really complain too much. Groudon will go down, but that's alright. I could probably just go for a knockoff into the Raichu, and I still have my Pasho Berry on my Incineroar, so I feel pretty good about the spot. I guess if Raichu has Protect, but with Nuzzle, I kind of don't assume Protect, because it's probably Fake Out, Nuzzle, Volt Switch. Last move's a Throw Up, because it could be Knockoff. If it's Assault Vest, could be like Encore if it's not. We'll go for Flare Blitz, and we'll go for the Grass Knot. So we'll see what my opponent decides to do here. Helping Hand, okay. I mean, I saw a Pasho Berry, so I don't think my opponent can KO me with Pasho Berry plus the boost. And we have Grass Knot on this Cherrim. That just knocks out the Kyogre at that range. Okay, that does look like a failed Kyogre. Kyogre will go down, and Flare Blitz will be able to finish off the Raichu. And Cherrim putting the team on its back in the end game. Absolutely wonderful. So we are able to pick up our first win for today's episode using the Cherrim. The Cherrim coming through. Oh man, I cannot wait to use Cherrim Yveltal, because those knockoffs are gonna hurt. But yeah, like I think Cherrim's actually a really fun Pokemon in theory, because I feel like with Groudon plus either like Yveltal, for instance, Yveltal, I want to try out Yveltal because of its damage output with Cherrim, because it just sounded so insane. It's already like a choice band boost to its knockoff with the black glasses item already is kind of insane. Yeah, it's just gonna pick up some KOs that like wouldn't KO normally. So it's really cool. It knocks out Kyogre immediately. It KOs a bulky Kyogre immediately, which is like super impressive. And yeah, I think there are also some cool teams. Like I'm thinking maybe when I use Solgaleo or Solgaleo, however you want to pronounce it, I think I'm gonna use Cherrim as well with Groudon Solgaleo, because that sounds really fun as well. Because think about it, you're gonna be able to KO Incineroars with superpower from Solgaleo because they can't intimidate you. Like the idea just sounds so much fun with Flower Gift. Of course, you have to get the weather control against opposing Groudons. Like it's a lovely matchup. Except the one issue I do feel like this team has is Venusaur. Like Venusaur is going to be that one big threat to my team, so I got to be careful about that, which is why I have Incineroar. Like I was contemplating about the last slot by a lot. I was thinking of originally having Venusaur because I felt like my Xerneas matchup might be a little bit iffy, but I decided Incineroar because Venusaur was probably the big pain. Like Xerneas I felt like I could deal with Roar plus Stakataka, so I was okay with that. Plus Cherrim kind of gives some boosts, so I can knock out Xerneas and at least take its attacks better. So yeah, that's the story behind Cherrim. But anyway, we find our next opponent from Japan, 1663. Good timing because I was just about to cut out the battle. Ooh, Lunala. Ooh, this is such a good matchup for the Yveltal Cherrim. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, Coco's decent here. Coco's decent. Staka's not bad here actually. Gago Staka does so well here. There's a lot of Pokemon I could bring realistically. I like Yveltal a lot. I think I want to go Yveltal Groudon. Yeah, Yveltal Groudon doesn't sound bad because I don't think this is going to be slow Kyogre. I think it's going to be like a Scarf set with Cherrim and the Tapu Koko in the back. I could also go like Tapu Koko lead Yveltal, which wouldn't be too bad either. It wouldn't be too bad of a lead, but yeah, I kind of like Yveltal plus Groudon lead because it's something I theory. Because one, I could always switch out on a Cherrim for one of the slots to get either a +1 Precipice Blades off basically into an opponent, or I could get like a +1 knockoff if I have to Sun Up. And if he's switching Kyogre, that's fine because I can always double out Groudon afterward. So we'll see what my opponent decides to do. I also have the Focus Sash Tapu Koko just in case to help with Scarf Kyogre matchup. We'll see how this works. I still gotta figure out like the Ludicolo matchup with Kyogre, but I'm pretty sure I just lead Yveltal Groudon and I still have like the powerful knockoff regardless. So we'll see how this game goes. But I'm really hoping Cherrim gets to pull in some work here. Let's see what my opponent is gonna bring. Gonna be Yveltal Groudon lead here. Please don't be like slow Kyogre. I am pretty slow on the Groudon. Lunala and Incineroar. Okay, that's pretty good. I don't think it's like a Tailwind set from my opponent. Just bring out the Groudon's Drought. Incineroar's Intimidate's gonna go off. I kind of wish I had my own Incineroar right now, but yeah, that's not too bad. It really depends on this Lunala set. Did we see a Tapu other than Lele? No. So it's not Electric Seed, and they don't really run Psychic Seed. So I could go for the Tailwind right here. I like Tailwind Blades because I break Shadow Shield. Or I get Tailwind up if Kyogre decides to switch out and you go for the Fake Out into one of my mons. You're not going to switch out, which is perfect because, yeah, you could Fake Out my Yveltal. I'm able to get a Precipice Blades off. You're going to go for Tailwind of your own. Okay. I had to Sucker Punch Dread if Lunala doesn't want to take a Sucker Punch. I feel like Lunala should switch out. That would have been nice. We've been missing a few blades, but, you know, can't complain too much, I guess. But that would have been really nice, just so I threatened to Sucker Punch KO the following turn. Now it's a little bit tricky. I mean, I don't think Moonguy's Beam and a Flare Blitz should knock out my Yveltal regardless, so I'll try to get my Tailwind up again and just Precipice Blades the opponent's team. Because I feel like Kyogre should be coming in from one of the slots, but just going to go for a... could be a double up here. I'm a little bit scared of a double up. maybe Incineroar was the right Pokemon. But it targets the Groudon, so I'll live a double up here. Flare Blitz just gonna come out. I think that's just targeting on Yveltal. Okay. That just obliterated my Yveltal. That's not good. And he hangs on by 1 HP. Oh, it's a Alt Vest. We miss, which is actually not the worst in the world. We do nothing to the Lunala though. Oh, that is bad. That was bad. So yeah, missing the Lunala sucked because I could have Sucker Punched in. I could have Sucker Punched. Maybe I should have brought in Incineroar. Maybe wasn't the play to bring out the other Pokemon. But we'll bring out Cherrim, which increases my special defense on Groudon, which might actually screw me over if I don't bring my berry. Maybe I should have thought about that more. Because if I don't activate my berry, it's kind of bad. I think I'll go for Blades. I can't Swords Dance. I think I just keep clicking Blades until I can get a free switch opportunity. I don't think the game's over by a long shot, but it's looking pretty bad now. Yeah, because I didn't want to Sucker Punch to Lunala because I wasn't sure. Sucker Punch might have been able to KO with the Flower Gift, but I wasn't sure if Kyogre was coming out. But we'll protect Cherrim because I think Cherrim's important. Wide Guard gonna come out, okay. Ooh, U-turn comes out into Cherrim, okay. I would Flare Blitz to Cherrim. Okay, now with Wide Guard too. So it's a Wide Guard Tailwind, so it's no Protect most likely. Probably a Side Shock. Okay, what I would do if I was my opponent is I would Flare Blitz to Cherrim right here. Is Tapu Koko the most important Pokemon in this matchup? No, Groudon plus Cherrim because I need the special defense boost and I need a switch. I think I'm gonna go Koko here and click Blades again. Yeah. This is really frustrating if he Wide Guards and goes for the U-turn again, but I feel like you can KO the Cherrim here, so I think you will take that chance. Maybe I should have brought Incineroar over to Koko because Incineroar would have been more useful at this point because of the fake out and the U-turn potential. I could have just switched out Groudon into that slot. As yeah, you're not gonna Wide Guard here. I think it's just Moongeist Beam and Flare Blitz once again. Oh, it doubles up too. Oh, U-turn. What? Oh, because Moongeist plus U-turn probably would have knocked me out. Okay. So Incineroar gonna be able to retreat here into the Kyogre most likely. If it's Scarf Kyogre, you just go for it. Lele gonna come out though. Okay. Are you Scarf Lele then? That's an interesting play right here. I get a Blades off. I do connect them this time. That's a decent amount. Tailwind Peter's out. Do I risk it being Scarf Lele? Because I feel like it'd be Scarf Kyogre if you have Lele on this team. I think I'm going to attempt to Volt Switch Precipice Blades. Yeah, although I think you're Wide Guarding plus doing something. Oh, wow, you're not Wide Guarding. Okay. So I'll Volt Switch here. Bring out Cherrim. If he doubles up Cherrim, I'm screwed, but he might not. He or she might not, so I'll go Cherrim here. I get the boost. Precipice Blade's gonna knock out both these Pokemon. If I do connect him, maybe I can win the Weather War. I need you to attack Groudon once and probably... Okay, Tailwind's fine too. That's also fine too. And Side Shock into... I prefer in the Groudon slot, but that Possess works too. Yeah, I survive. Precipice Blades does connect with both. Okay, that's good. That's good. So I knock out both those Pokemon. Really good here. Okay. This game's not over. This game's not over. I thought this game was over. It's not. Sun fades, so Cherrim's Flower Gift goes away. If you didn't bring Kyogre, you're a madman. You're a madman. But it should be Kyogre in the back. We somehow came back into this, and I don't know how. I'm surprised my opponent went for Tailwind. I guess it's not Scarf Ogre then? Kyogre is gonna come out, so does Incineroar. Incineroar is super low. I also gotta hope this Kyogre doesn't have Protect at this rate. You can't fake me out, but it doesn't matter. You're probably just gonna go for like a U-turn Water Spout. So I'm just gonna protect my Cherrim here. Go hard into Coco. And then try to bring out my Groudon, Helping Hand, Precipice Blades with the boosts. But I probably don't have Flower Gift afterward. So we'll bring out Coco. But Water Spout should activate my Berry, so that's good. Okay, let's see. We'll protect with Cherrim here. We gotta get Groudon in safely. If he ignores the Groudon slot, like Scald plus U-turn into Cherrim, that would have been a good play. But just gonna knock on my Coco like expect. Okay, really close end game. Really close end game. It's also gonna come down to, do I hit Blades, specifically on that Kyogre? Because I think I can afford missing the Incineroar. I need to hit the Kyogre though. So we'll go Groudon right here. And we click Helping Hand plus Precipice Blades. If you double up my Groudon, I'll live to double up. If you target my Cherrim with your Incineroar, well, Water Spout's going to activate my Berry. You would have to Flare Blitz, then single target Precipice Blades. And if you U-turn to Cherrim, the Water Spout's going to activate my Berry on Cherrim. Which means I'll live your attack from the Incineroar. I'll live your U-turn from the Incineroar, and then I get the Helping Hand Flower get boosted Precipice Blades off. So it really comes down to, I think, does Kyogre have Protect? Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to. We Helping Hand here. We go for Blades. Oh man, Cherrim, please come through. Please come through. Helping Hand gonna come out. And I need Groudon to hit. The Kyogre specifically. Water Spout gonna come out. Should be Scarf. Yeah, I live. 1 HP Flower Gift, let's go! It also might come down to, does Groudon live a Flare Blitz? Because if he double targets my Groudon, I'm actually not sure, because Water Spout did a bit more than I expected originally. Here comes Flare Blitz. That has to be Groudon, right? He targeted Cherrim. It's a single target Blades now. Oh, please, please. Because if it's Feral Kyogre, I just win the game. Okay. Cherrim, let's go! I love Cherrim. Do you love Cherrim? I love Cherrim. Cherrim's time has finally blossomed. Cherrim has finally blossomed. Wow. I don't know what happened. I think my opponent screwed up with the Tailwind. I think the Tailwind was like a big time. Well, I guess he needed Incineroar to outspeed my Groudon in that case. So I guess that's what my opponent was going for. But man, I feel like my opponent could have wide guarded instead of Tailwind that one turn with Lunala, and it could have definitely changed the game. Oh man, Cherrim. That's all I have to say. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this episode. I would really appreciate it. And again, 175 likes. For all the episodes we use Cherrim, and we will have a QR code, rental code for the viewers to use. Otherwise, feel free to use the paste pin down below, as I do post the team details down there, as well as you can check out the rest of my stuff down below in the description, such as my social medias, the side series on my channel, all that good stuff. If you want to support the channel and me, you can check out my Patreon page, which is linked down below, as well as the other social medias that I do. Especially follow me on Twitch for awesome VGC 19 live streams. Cherrim might make an appearance at this rate, because this thing is good. This thing is actually really good, but hope everyone enjoyed. Otherwise, feel free to leave a comment down below, as I do read them. Otherwise, have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch you all later.